Just lucky, I guess, Tanya and I both love the same things in life. We all want to do the same sort of stuff. So I'm going to talk about actually an idea that I would love to genuinely talk about. I'm not just standing at Tanya really, because it involves four things I feel really passionate about. So fundraising, engaging people genuinely, integration within an organisation, and also animals, which I just happen to love. So along the lines of telling stories, I'm going to start with a story. And I'm going to start with a story about my favourite animal. So when I was a little girl, it was a pretty magical time actually. Summers were long, summers hot. I used to do millions of mini milks every summer. I'd ride my bike, I was at scabs on my knees, playing in the garden, and I was always surrounded by bees. They were everywhere. And every year I was absolutely convinced that it was the same bee family that used to come back into our garden. And my mum used to tell me, now bees are the heroes in the garden, Jenna, because every day they're saving the world. And I just thought that was amazing. So I'm quite a dramatic person, so I was like, they're the heroes. Okay, so the bees were the heroes. And as I got older, the summers seemed to get a bit shorter. I definitely rode my bike less, probably still ate as many ice creams, but I definitely noticed fewer bees. And I think something happened around the 2000s where actually everyone else started to think about this a little bit as well. And by the time it was around 2009, actually, it was a real kind of trend, a bit part of the zeitgeist, where beekeeping classes were oversubscribed. You had Fortnum and Mason were making their own honey from hives on their roof. You had celebrities starting to get involved, everyone from, Scarlett Johansson through to Bill Turple, all aspects of society involved in this. And there's an organisation that, this has been part of their core cause, I guess, in their remit for some time, but actually picked up this moment with renewed vigour and with the involvement of some really clever agency partners, kind of came out with a campaign that I genuinely wish I thought of. So the campaign I wish I thought of is Friends of the Earth. Oh, let's go that one. The Bee Cause. And actually this is a piece of creative that was worked on by Fundraising for a kind of sponsoring day. I'm not just sucking up, genuinely like it. And the reason I think it's so neat is not only was it tapping into this real kind of public interest, but actually it's about giving and engaging people hand in hand. It's this lovely virtuous cycle where you get to give money, but you get to do something yourself that actually makes a difference to the same cause. It's genuine, it's authentic. And for that reason, I just love, you'll see on here, it's all around the fact that you can text this money, actually you get sent seeds to grow your own wildflower garden. And that just feels great. As a donor, that just feels really genuine to me. And that flowed through all of the different pieces of collateral. So this was a piece by Bishopgate, actually, with Canadian packs. And this just shows the Bee Saver kit. Again, really high quality engagement of the donors. So it really felt like not just giving, but actually genuinely being the heroes and making a difference. And that felt great. And of course, it had all the sort of aspects of a campaign you'd expect to see in terms of the remit being recruitment. But I think what I also love about this is a story within a story, which is the kind of frame of mind that Friends of the Earth went into this with. I've heard on the grapevine that within the agency brief, the organisation said, we're going to back this with significant budget. Our aim is to recruit people, and we will not weaken, restrict or dilute your ideas. Now that's kind of brave, because I rarely give an agency brief where I say that. And I tell you a lot of agencies, but I'm always weakening, restricting and diluting your amazing ideas. So I just love that stance from the organisation. So going on to why I love it. Okay, so number one's clearly disappeared, but it's fine. Kind of why I love it as well is it tapped into something I just love as a fundraiser, and that is integration across the organisation. So not thinking about fundraising as a slice of the cake on its own. I love it when we come together as organisations and think about how we fundraise and help people participate and build our brand and our communications and actually our advocacy in this as well. So, actually I think the numbers are just wrong in this, there are all the points there. So there was the basic fundraising ask, and it was about funding growth of wildflower meadows, really simple. But actually then you did get your bee saver packs, if you could do it too, really great. And online it sort of reflected this, if you signed up online, but actually just showing, putting a flower onto a map, I'll show you a picture of that in a second, to show an interactive bee kind of savers map. But I guess when it comes into the integration point, I love this because it was a campaign call to action that worked across both the mass audience and the high value audience, and not only in fundraising but also in campaigning and advocacy. So there was everything from local campaign group action and marches through to high level tea parties with MPs, major donor work as well as the mass fundraising work, and I'll go on to just talk a bit about the brand positioning as well. But it just felt really, really integrated. Now I don't know friends of the earth whether you meant to do that, but it felt good to me. So I guess really nothing down to really why do I wish I thought of it. It's all the things I said, but is this tapping into the zeitgeist at the right moment, coming out with a really creative way to do it? And this zeitgeist around sort of looking after our own environments, the really key thing about it is that people don't just want to give to it, they want to do something about it, and it really grabs that. I love the fact that it generated leads as well as funds. So on the first piece I showed you, which was a mobile text sign-up, actually I know that's doing really well. I think it's performing its target by 200%. And actually conversion on those text leads is also performing really well. And I think that's the most profitable part of the campaign at the moment. So I love it when you get money now and leads for later as well. I think that real tangible benefit to supporters, I just love. And it doesn't feel like a penny in a mailing pack. It feels like something that you really use and make a difference with. And as I've said, the fully integrated fundraising, advocacy, high level mass, it's always what we're aspiring to do with Save the Children, and we continually scratch our heads about it. So this really works for me, and it just seems that the call to action really fits it. And finally, I think there's something around the brand positioning, because several people I know raised their eyebrows when they saw this come out from some friends of the earth. And we really don't mean them in a derogatory way, but a lot of the other campaigns, when you look on the main website, are very serious, feel quite worthy, and this looks and feels really different. It stands out. It does feel authentic. It feels all the things that brand should be. It feels like it's genuinely making an impact on the environment, but it actually feels fun as well. And so, for me, it just is a really great